afternoon students, welcome to video lectures on chemistry. So in the morning class we discussed about borazole, that is the second compound of boron, borazole. So formula B3N3H6, and also first compound is boranes, that is hydrides of boron, boron plus hydrogen. So first compound is boranes, second compound is borazole, B3N3H6. So morning class we already discussed the properties, preparations and also structure for borazole. Now third compound, that is boron nitride, boron nitride. So having a formula Bn, boron and nitrogen, Bn is known as boron nitride. So this is the formula for boron nitride. So this is also a compound of boron family. So all these are compounds of 13th group elements. All are compounds of 13th group elements. So especially here boron. So compound of boron is either boranes or borazoles or boron nitride. These are the compounds of boron. First one is boranes, second one is borazole, and third one is boron nitride. So first one having a formula boranes, diboran, tetraboran and also pentaboran. So here borazole having a formula B3N3H6, and the final compound of boron family is boron nitride. So that is Bn. Now preparations. So first preparation, preparations of boron nitride. Preparations of boron nitride. So first preparation is heating of boron with nitrogen. Heating of boron with nitrogen. So 2 moles of boron is heating with nitrogen, it gives a boron nitride. So 2B plus N2 gives 2Bn, that is boron nitride. And then second preparation is heating of B2O3, boron oxide. Okay, just wait. Sir, without voice, what is the use? Okay. So here, heating of boron oxide with carbon and nitrogen, it again gives boron nitride along with 3CO. So this is the second preparation from B2O3, boron oxide. So this is the oxygen, oxide of boron. So B2O3 is heating with carbon and N2. It gives boron nitride along with CO. And third preparation is reaction between BCl3 and NH3. It gives boron nitride along with 3HCl. So this is the third preparation methods. So these are the preparation methods for boron nitride. So in the case of first method, boron heating with nitrogen gives boron nitride. In the second one, boron oxide heating with carbon and nitrogen, it gives boron nitride. In the case of third reaction, BCl3, boron trichloride. So this boron trichloride is heating with ammonia, it again gives boron nitride along with HCl. So these are the preparation methods for boron nitride. Now structure. Structure of So these are the preparation methods of boron nitride. So first one is heating of boron with nitrogen gas gives boron nitride. In the second one, heating of boron oxide with carbon and nitrogen gives boron nitride. In the third one, reaction between BCl3 and NaH3, it gives boron nitride along with 3 moles of HCl. So these are the preparation methods for boron nitride. Now structure. Now structure of boron nitride. Structure of boron nitride. So boron nitride is the extremely stable compound. It is high stable compound. It is decomposed only at 2045 degrees centigrade. So this is extremely stable. This is extremely a stable compound. The high stability of this compound is due to this compound having a structure like graphite. It is having a graphite like structure. That is why boron nitride is known as inorganic graphite. This is known as inorganic graphite. Inorganic benzene is borazole, B3N3H6. And here inorganic graphite, that is nothing but Bn, because it is having a structure like graphite. Borazole is known as borazole, B3N3H6. This is known as inorganic benzene because it is having a similar chemical as well as physical properties with benzene. That is why this is nothing but inorganic benzene. So borazole is inorganic benzene, whereas boron nitride is a inorganic graphite, because here inorganic graphite, that is Bn, having a graphite like structure. So in this structure, there is a formation of hexagons. So hexagons. So this is a hexagon. So there is a layer like structures. So all these are layers of hexagons. So these are forming with alternative boron and nitrogen atoms. So these hexagons forms a layers of rings. So hexagon rings, which are also composed of alternative boron and nitrogen atoms. If suppose this is a nitrogen atom, then this is a boron atom. Similarly alternative, so boron. So here circle represents boron and this dot represents nitrogen. Therefore boron followed by nitrogen, again boron followed by nitrogen. So this is the hexagon which is composed of alternating boron as well as nitrogen atoms, and also again boron, nitrogen, Similarly here boron and nitrogen. So this is a one layer. Again in the second one, so this is also one of the hexagon. So here also boron atom followed by nitrogen atom, boron followed by nitrogen, boron followed by nitrogen, like this. Therefore here number of layers in which the interatomic distance between the atoms is equal to 1.44 angstroms, and also the distance between the layers is equal to 1.33 angstroms. Sorry, 3.33 angstroms. So this is distance between the layers. Distance between layers. So in this structure, all boron atoms are present in eclipsed form, and also each hexagon ring is present on the top of the another hexagon ring. So this is the hexagon ring, and this is also hexagon ring. This ring present on the top of this ring. Therefore, in the case of graphite structure, in the case of boron nitride structure, all atoms are arranged in eclipsed form, and also all the rings are present on top of the another ring. Top of the another ring. And also interatomic distance between any two atoms, boron and nitrogen, it is 1.44 angstroms, and also distance between the two layers, adjacent successive layers, is equal to 3.33 angstroms. And here atoms are arranged in eclipsed format, and also each layer is present on the top of the another layer. So these are the two differences between graphite structure and boron nitride structure. So in the case of graphite, the atoms are arranged in stacked format, but in the case of boron nitride, the atoms are arranged in eclipsed format. Therefore, due to presence of this ring structure, this is thermally more stable, and it is only decomposed at 2045 degrees centigrade. So high stable. And this is all about boron nitride, and also compounds of boron. First one boranes, second one borazole, and third one is boron nitride. Now I am going to discuss about compounds of silicon. So silicon is also 13th group element. Now compounds of silicon. Compounds of silicon or carbon family. Compounds of silicon or carbon family. So all these are 14th group elements. 14th group elements. So we completed the compounds of 13th group elements, that is the compounds of boron family, that is also boranes, borazole and boron nitride. Now the compounds of 14th group elements, that is either compounds of silicon and carbon family elements. So first one is hydrides. First compound of 14th group element is hydrides. So 14th group elements always forms a hydrides having a chemical formula MH4, where M is either carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. So these are the elements present in 14th group carbon family. So all these elements forms a hydrides like MH4 formula. If it is carbon, it forms a CH4, that is methane. If M is silicon, it forms SiH4, that is nothing but silanes. This is methane and this is silane. that is hydrides of silicon is known as silane. Next one is GeH4. This is known as germane. So germanium, hydrides of germanium are known as germanes. Next one is tin, SnH4, that is stannane. So stanntium. And finally lead, H4. So lead is nothing but flumbum. So this is nothing but flumbane. So these are the hydrides of 14th group elements. So now first one, hydrides of carbon. Hydrides of carbon. So carbon forms so many number of hydrides like alkanes having a general formula CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. These are nothing but alkanes. So what is the first alkane? If n is equal to 1, the formula is C1H2 into 1 plus 2, that is CH4, that is nothing but methane. If n equal to 2, it forms C2H6, that is nothing but ethane. So all these are hydrides of a chemical formula CnH2n plus 2. And the second one is carbon also forms a compounds having a general formula CnH2n. These are nothing but alkenes. Alkenes. Example. So Cn. If n equal to 2, so C2H2 into 2, that is 4. So C2H4, that is nothing but ethene. And also third one, CnH2n minus 2 formula. These are nothing but alkynes. For example, C2H2, that is acetylene or ethine. So all these are hydrides of carbon. So carbon forms so many hydrides like alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, and also hydrocarbons, aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons. So hydrocarbon means a compound containing carbon with hydrogen. So many aromatic hydrocarbons, benzene, toluene, acetylene, nitro compounds, all these are examples for aromatic hydrocarbons. And then second one, hydrides of silicones. Hydrides of silicon. Hydrides of silicon are known as silanes. These are nothing but silanes. So silane is nothing but hydrides of silicon. Hydrides of silicon. So silicon also forms a hydrides having a chemical formula SiNH2n plus 2. Silicon only forms a hydrides having a general formula SiNH2n plus 2. If n is equal to 1, it is SiH4. SiH4. This is nothing but silane. If n is equal to 2, it forms Si2H6. This is known as disilane. It is disilane. If n is equal to 3, it forms a compound like this Si3H2n plus 2. So 2 into 3, 6 plus 2, that is 8. This is nothing but trisilane. This is trisilane. So here silicon forms a hydrides having a general formula SiNH2n plus 2. So up to 8 silicons it forms a long chain. So general formula of 8 silicon atoms is Si 8 silicons H2n 16 plus 2 18. So up to 8 silicons it forms a long chain silanes, that is hydrides of silicons. And third one is hydrides of germanium. So germanium only forms GeH4 as well as Ge2, H8, etc. So these are the hydrides of germanium. And also next one, hydrides of tin. So tin having a general formula SnH4 and also SN2, H8, etc. So these are the hydrides of tin. And finally lead. Lead only forms only one hydride, that is PbH4. Only one hydride, that is PbH4. So there is no hydride of lead is there. Therefore the formation of hydrides from top to bottom is decreases. Carbon forms so many hydrides like alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, aromatic hydrocarbons, like that. Whereas lead does not form any hydride other than PbH4. It only forms only one hydride, that is PbH4, that is nothing but flumbane. So it only forms one hydride. Therefore the formation of hydrides from top to bottom in 14th group elements is decreases, and it is due to, in the case of alkanes or hydrides of carbon, so there is a CH bond, whereas in the case of silicon hydride, so here carbon having an electronegativity of 2.5. Carbon electronegativity is 2.5, whereas hydrogen electronegativity is 2.1. Similarly, in the case of silicon hydride, it is having only 1.8 electronegativity and hydrogen having only 1.1 electronegativity. Therefore here both atoms, carbon and hydrogen, are almost having similar electronegativity, and hence this hydrogen does not attract electron from carbon because carbon is having high electronegativity than hydrogen. Therefore this bond is strong bond. This is a strong bond. This is due to electronegativity difference is less, and also here carbon is having more electronegativity than hydrogen. Whereas in the case of silanes, hydrogen having 2.1 electronegativity. It means it is having more electronegativity than silicon. That is why the electrons present at silicon are attracted towards hydrogen. Therefore this bond is weak, and hence this is easily dissociate. And also in the case of lead, PbH4, so lead is having large charge compared to hydrogen. So hydrogen is the smallest element and lead is having a large charge. Therefore the decomposition of hydrogen from lead is very easy. That is why it is unstable hydride. And also the thermal stability of these compounds is decreases from top to bottom. So CH4 having a thermal stability, that is this is only decomposed at 800 degrees centigrade. Methane decomposed only at 800 degrees centigrade, whereas SiH4 it decomposes at nearly 485 degrees centigrade. And in the case of next one, that is germanium, it is having 250 degrees centigrade. And then tin, it is having 125 degrees centigrade. And in the case of lead, PbH4, it is only having 0 degrees centigrade. So all these are thermal stability. All these values explains thermal stability of hydrides. So methane having high thermally stable, it is only decomposed at 800 degrees centigrade. That is due to electronegativity difference between carbon and hydrogen is very less, and hence the bond between carbon and hydrogen is strong. Hence 800 degrees centigrade temperature is required to dissociate that bond. Whereas in the case of SiH4, electronegativity is high of hydrogen compared to silicon. Hence, electrons are attracted towards hydrogen atom from silicon. Therefore, this bond is weak bond and hence it is easily breakable compared to carbon. Therefore, here thermal stability value from 800 degrees to 485 degrees, that is decreases. So, thermal stability is decreases from top to bottom, that is carbon to lead. So these are the values of thermal stability of hydrides of 14th group element: carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and also lead. So this is all about thermal stability. And then reducing nature. Next property of hydrides is reducing nature. Reducing nature. Reducing nature of these hydrides is always increases from top to bottom. From top to bottom, reducing nature. So what is reducing nature? Reducing nature is nothing but itself undergoes oxidation. Itself undergoes oxidation and it can reduce any another compound. If suppose in the case of silicon, SiH4, SiH4 easily reduce sodium hydroxide water solution, that is alkaline solution. It gives Na2SiO3. This is known as sodium silicate. Sodium silicate along with hydrogen. So in this reaction, SiH4 reacted with alkaline water, it gives hydrogen. It means removal of hydrogen takes place. So removal of hydrogen takes place is nothing but oxidation reaction. Therefore here SiH4 undergoes oxidation and hence sodium hydroxide undergoes reduction. Therefore SiH4 acts as a reducing agent. This is reducing agent. So what is reducing agent? If a compound itself undergoes oxidation and it can reduce another element or another compound, then that is nothing but reducing agent. In this reaction, SiH4 undergoes oxidation, that is removal of hydrogen. During this process, removal of hydrogen takes place, that is nothing but oxidation. Therefore, SiH4 undergoes oxidation and it reduces the alkaline solution, hence it is a reducing agent. Also, SiH4 undergoes oxidation even with neutral water. This is water, neutral, without any alkaline solution. So even in the presence of neutral water, SiH4 is converted into H2SiO3 plus H2. So it undergoes easily oxidation. So it is unstable. SiH4 is unstable, that is why it is easily hydrolyzed. Hydrolysis reaction, that is addition of water, gives hydrogen atom. Therefore, it is unstable towards water. Towards water. Also here, from top to bottom, reducing agent nature or reducing behavior is always increases. So best reducing agent in this family is silicon hydride, that is nothing but silanes. Because here silane undergoes hydrolysis with alkaline water, it gives hydrogen atoms along with sodium silicates. In the case of second reaction, silanes easily hydrolysis with neutral water, again it is dissociated into H2, SiO3 and hydrogen gas. Therefore, this is the best reducing agent. It is easily dissociate. Therefore, this is a unstable towards water. And also, the stability of hydrates towards water is given by CH4. This is the high stable hydride. And then germanium. And then tin. And finally SiH4. So this is the stability of hydrates of carbon family towards water. This is towards water. With respect to thermal stability, that is the decomposition. The order of this compound is CH4 is always greater, and then silicon, then germanium, and then tin, finally lead. So this is the stability of hydrates towards thermal, that is temperature required to dissociate the bonds between carbon and hydrogen, silicon and hydrogen, like that. And this is the stability of hydrates towards water. So here silicon is only easily undergoes hydrolysis reaction, that is why it is less stable compared to tin as well as germanium. So all these are about hydrates of the 14th group elements, that is nothing but silanes. And next topic is silicones. First one is silanes and then second one is silicones. Second one is silicones. So silicones are generally nothing but these are the organometallic polymers. Organometallic polymers containing SiO-Si bond linkages. Silicones are nothing but if a compound that is a polymer. So what is polymer? Polymer is nothing but a combination of n number of monomers. If suppose X is a small compound, whenever n number of X, that is n number of monomers combine to each other to form a large number of X molecules, that is having high molecular weight, that is capital X n times, then here this is known as polymer. And X small x is nothing but monomer. So polymer is always formed from monomer. By the combination of n number of monomers, it gives a polymer. And also the process of formation of polymer from the monomer is known as polymerization. This process is nothing but polymerization. If suppose in a polymer, if there is a SiO-Si bond linkage, that is silicon oxygen silicon linkage, then that compound is known as silicones. So silicones are simply defined as the compounds of polymers containing SiO-Si linkages. These are known as silicones. Silicones are three types. These are three types. First one is linear silicones. First one is linear silicones. Second one is cyclic silicones. And third one is cross-linked silicones. Cross-linked silicones. All are having SiOSi, silicon oxygen silicon bond linkages. So these are three types: linear, cyclic as well as cross-linked silicones. All these are prepared from alkyl chlorosilanes. So all these polymers of silicones are prepared from a compound that is nothing but alkyl chlorosilane, and alkyl chlorosilane is prepared from Grignard reagent. So what is Grignard reagent? So Grignard reagent is nothing but RMgX formula. RMgX. R is any alkyl group, Mg that is magnesium, and X is halogen. R is alkyl group. Alkyl, that is either CH3 or C2H5, like that. So this is methyl, this is ethyl. So simply alkyl, and X is nothing but halogen. Halogen, maybe Cl or Br, like that. So the compounds containing RMgX formula are known as a Grignard reagent. Grignard. So scientist name Grignard reagent. So here all the silicones are prepared from alkyl chlorosilanes, and this alkyl chlorosilane is prepared from Grignard reagent. Now preparation. So preparation of alkyl chlorosilicanes. So first one from RMgX, that is CH3MgCl. Methyl magnesium chloride. So here alkyl is a methyl group and magnesium and halogen is chlorine. So whenever methyl magnesium chloride is reacted with SiCl4, that is tetrachlorosilane. So tetra, there are 4 number of chlorine atoms. Tetrachlorosilane, and this is methyl magnesium chloride. So methyl magnesium, MAG dot, it represents magnesium. So methyl magnesium chloride is reacted with tetrachlorosilane, gives CH3 SiCl3 plus MgCl2. CH3 SiCl2 and 2 moles of Cl2 is bonded with MgCl2 or MgCl, it gives CH3 SiCl3. This is known as methyl trichlorosilane. So this is the alkyl chlorosilane. This is alkyl, this is chlorine and silane. So from CH3MgCl is reacted with SiCl4, it gives methyl trichlorosilane. So this is the example for methyl chlorosilane. And second preparation. So second preparation, again from 2 moles of methyl magnesium chloride is reacted with SiCl4, it gives CH3 twice SiCl2 and 2 moles of MgCl2. So same reaction by taking 2 moles of RMgX, Grignard reagent, reacted with SiCl4, it gives dimethyl. So CH3 twice, that is nothing but dichlorosilane along with MgCl2. So this is also alkyl dichlorosilane. And third one is by taking 3 moles of RMgX. So whenever 3 moles of CH3MgCl is reacted with SiCl4, it gives trimethyl, that is CH3 3 times SiCl plus 3 moles of MgCl2. 3 moles of MgCl2. So, in all these reactions, there is a preparation of alkyl chlorosilane. This is dimethyl chlorosilane, and this is, so what is the name of this one? So, here 3 methyl groups, therefore, this is trimethyl chlorosilane, because there is only one chlorine atom. So, only one chlorine. So, this is simply trimethyl chlorosilane. So, these are the preparation methods for alkyl chlorosilane. So, by using this alkyl chlorosilane, we have to prepare all these types of polymers, that is linear silicone, cyclic silicones, and also cross-linked silicones. So, stop here today, and I discuss the preparation of all these silicones in our next class. Thank you.